Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. So I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone? Good evening. So first of all, happy Navratri to all of you. So we are having this very auspicious occasion of Navratri, and I wish that all of you get that strength. Like Goddess Durga is considered as the goddess of energy, the goddess of power. So I wish you all that may all of you get sufficient amount of energy so that you can dedicate that energy in your study, in your goal, in your target, and at the same time you can be successful in your life. So a very happy Navratri to all of you. Okay. How is your preparation going on? Yes. So you are also from Gujarat. Prashant, very soon we will be discussing about the EPFO current affairs. Like I think it is going to be there very soon, and in that we will discuss about that EPFO. But for an example, how many months of current affairs? Just see from January to present. January to the month of August, September, that will be sufficient. Okay. Up to the month of September, it will be sufficient. January to September. Just see this portion. Yes. So happy Navratri to all of you. Now tell me one thing, like last week I have given you this one task also. I have given you this one task also to write one such answer. Yes. Garba occasion. So how many of you know how to play Garba? Kolkata I have been during the time of Durga Puja. So Kolkata I have gone there during time of Durga Puja. I think sometimes back, maybe in 2014 or 13 perhaps. I don't remember the exact year, but I have gone there almost 10 years now. Okay. So have you written the answer? Gujarat and Bihar are so much neighboring states. It's like sorry, Bengal and Bihar are so much neighboring states that people keep on going there from time to time. Achha, you know very well. That's good. Now, so let's start our topic discussion for today. The first topic which we are going to see today is of course about H1B visa. This is one of the most highlighted topic right now, that what is this H1B visa, what has been announced by the US administration for H1B visa in the present times. Then we will discuss about this one thing. One article is also about the age of our parliamentarians, that what is the age of our parliamentarians as compared to the population. So we will try to see the different chart there. From that we will try to understand. Third part, the smog eating technology. A new technology is going to be going to be tested in pilot mode in certain portions of Delhi. So that is a smog eating technology. So we are going to talk about that also. The next thing which we are going to see is about the supercomputers. That what are supercomputers? How do they work? What is their working principle? So these are the topics which we are going to see in today's session. Okay. Now before that, we have this one practice question from the mains portion. Golden visa is something different. That is like money for visa. Like if you are paying sufficient money, no conditions added, you will be given the visa. So that is golden visa. There is H1B visa, which is different. Here you are going for taking some job, taking some employment. So that is the H1B visa. It is taken by the professionals. For golden visa, no country object. Everyone is ready for that. But for H1B visa, there is objection from US. So we will try to see what is this approach, how it had changed. We will talk about it. But first, let us see this one question. The question one was this one. In the light of changing geopolitics and evolving situations in West Asia, highlight the challenges for India. Suggest measures to overcome these challenges. So tell me how you have written this answer. How many of you have written this answer and how you have written this? How you have written this answer? Jai Hind. Started with view on West Asia. Okay. China introduced K visa to attract most talented people. Okay. So tell me about this one first. First about this answer. How you have started it? What are the points which you have added there? So that is one question. Israel-Palestine conflict. Okay. Israel-Palestine conflict. Then importance of West Asia. Okay, okay. See, first of all, you have to start the introduction. Okay. Introduction can be like as simple as that. You can give this one outline about the different players involved in the West Asia right now. So you can give a context of the current things. In fact, you can mention it like this, that in the last 2 years, from the coast of Mediterranean to from the western coast along Mediterranean to the eastern side along the coast of Arabian Sea, the entire West Asia is going through turmoil, which is leading to devastation, damages, humanitarian crisis, and formation of new military blocs. Okay. So just to give an example, you can mention it like this: from the western part along the coast of Mediterranean to the eastern part of Arabian Sea, the entire West Asia is going through a phase of turmoil, which is leading to devastation, damages, humanitarian crisis, and formation of military blocs. So in one single line, you can address all these things. Like we have started from the portions of West Asia, from the Israel and Palestine to the portions of Yemen and Iran in the coast of Arabian Sea. So this is the entire area which you can cover from the western part along the coast of Mediterranean to eastern part along the part of Arabian Sea, along the coast of Arabian Sea. Entire West Asia is in turmoil with devastation, damages, humanitarian crisis, and formation of military blocs. Okay. So this is one part which you can give as an intro context of the current things which are going on in West Asia. Now, although you have to write about the challenges for India, the question is asking only this part: highlight the challenges for India and suggest measures. So that is the major part of or demand of question. But if you want to mention the evolving situation, what you can do is you can just show a timeline, or you can just show the like a flow chart. You can just show this using flow chart. Okay. You can mention Israel Gaza conflict or Israel Hamas conflict. Okay. You can mention about Israel Iran conflict, Israel Yemen conflict, you can mention about this Syria change of power, change of power, bombings in Lebanon, Jordan, Qatar, etc. US joining hands with Israel. Okay. So this is one portion which you can mention, that what is the evolving situation in West Asia. You can mention about this one part also, Saudi-Pakistan bloc, Saudi-Pak bloc or pact, Saudi-Pak military pact. So these are the evolving things which you can mention. These are the evolving things which you can mention. So this is one part, intro, context of current things. Then second part, you can mention a flow chart, you can make a flow chart, and with the help of that, you can give the evolving situation. But don't write this portion. Don't write this portion, just make the flow chart. Why? It is not the actual demand of the question. Demand of question starts from here. Highlight the challenges for India. Okay. So this is the one portion. The challenges for India. Challenges. So can you tell me what are the possible challenges for India in this context? What are the challenges for India of this due to this conflict in West Asia? What are the challenges? You can mention about Nagorno-Karabakh region also. Yes, connectivity, and give example. Give example. When you are writing about connectivity, you can mention this especially, that we have two different things. India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. India MEC. Okay. Then INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor. You can mention about Chabahar Port. Okay. You can mention about specific things that it is leading to damages or delay in those activities. Okay. So this is one part you can mention. You can mention about this another thing. We are dependent upon this area for energy security. Energy security. Export destination. Export destination. Okay. Then at the same time, this is also the area where we have highest diaspora. You can mention about the remittances. This is the area from which we are getting huge amount of remittances. This is also the area where we are getting huge amount of remittances. Okay. We see that this is an area having a cultural connection with India. This is an area having a cultural connection with India. So it is having cultural connectivity. It is having cultural connectivity. Okay. In fact, you will also see that this is an area where we have to navigate between countries due to diplomatic issues. So we have this diplomatic challenges. Diplomatic challenges. Okay. Here you can mention especially about, on one hand we have Israel, which is essential for us for defense equipments, and on other hand we have this possible energy and other securities with the other Arab countries. Okay. So energy versus security. Okay. So yes, this is all problem which you can see here. Okay. And in all this part, it is creating challenges for India. It is creating challenges for India, that also you can mention. Yes, China's BRI also you can, yes, China's presence also you can mention. Okay. So this is one part which you can mention here, that what are the different challenges for India in the case of West Asian crisis. Now, the second part is about the suggestions. Second part is about the suggestions. So can you tell me what are the suggestions which you all have provided? Give me some new suggestions. Give me something unique from your side. Give me something unique from your side. What suggestions you have given here? Being neutral, okay. Neutrality. One part is neutrality. Neutrality is one part. None, no interference. Yeah, we have this. Yes. We see that we have this one thing. No interference policy of India. We have a policy of no interference with domestic politics. No interference with bilateral matters. Like, we don't want others to get involved when it is a bilateral matter. In same manner, we should also be looking at this, that we need to also be neutral in these stances. We don't need to get into that water. Okay. Neutrality and advocacy of peace and dialogue. Peace and dialogue. That we need to promote this peace and dialogue among the people, among the countries. Yeah. We can also, like, we have to also look at non-alignment policy. Non-alignment policy and realistic diplomacy to serve Indian interest. Okay. That we need to align with non-alignment, but at the same time we need to have our realistic policy, realistic diplomacy, not the ideal. Okay. Not the ideal one. We need to be realistic. Okay. Then at the same time, we also need to do this one thing, that diversification of energy resources. Focus on connectivity via other routes. We need to focus on connectivity via other routes. Maybe we need to explore across Africa. Maybe we will need to explore across Africa. Okay. Although Suez Canal is one challenging part. Suez Canal is a challenging part. Then also you have this Yemen area which you have to cross. So going up to Mediterranean is a challenge. In fact, the challenge with us is, on one side we have China, on other side we have Pakistan. Okay. So we don't have a direct access. Okay. So this is one part. Diversification of energy resources, focus on connectivity via other routes, diversification of export basket, and at the same time we also need to have bilateral relations, bilateral ties. This needs to be stronger. Like, we need to follow the China model. We need to follow China model. That China is able to negotiate with two countries which are even enemy to each other. Okay. So this is one part which we have to do. Relevance of NAM, non-alignment movement. It is highly important one. We need to be with NAM. Okay. Why? See, if you look at this, in long run, when we are not with NAM, one country or other country is trying to suppress us. One country or other country is trying to suppress us. Like, it may be US or it may be China. But when you are with NAM, there is a support of many other countries of the world. And if you have to evolve, you need to have an independent voice. If you need to evolve, you need to have an independent voice. If you are in either block, you won't be getting support of everyone. India has earned a huge amount of goodwill in the Cold War era. India has earned huge amount of goodwill in Cold War era. But when India sides with US, or India is making a military pact with US or Russia, it harms India's image also. Okay. So this is the one reason what we need to do. Okay. So that was the one question which I have provided you. Now we are coming to this one part, H1B visa. Okay. So we are coming to today's topic, H1B visa. So tell me, what do you know about this? What is the use of this H1B visa? Okay. What we do from this H1B visa? Now, this visa, if we talk about this H1B visa, it allows companies based in US. It allows companies based in US, okay, to what? To sponsor the foreign workers. To sponsor foreign workers with special skills. So this H1B visa is for highly specialized people, like it is for scientists, doctors, engineers, computer programmers, etc. So they are sponsoring foreign workers for what purpose? To work in US. To work in US. Okay. To work in US. Now this is valid for 3 years. This is something which is valid for 3 years. Valid for 3 years. And we see that it is extendable. It is extendable up to 6 years. This is something which is extendable up to 6 years. So H1B visa is a type of visa which is given only to an elite group of people, those who are engineers, scientists, researchers, or like computer programmers. They are given this special visa by the companies. Okay. And initially the cost, like before 21st September, okay, before 21st September, the cost was just around $1,000. Cost was just around $1,000. Now this cost, it has been increased to $1 lakh. It has been increased up to $1 lakh. Now, when we talk about this H1B visa, there are 3 stakeholders here. Okay. If we talk about this the H1B visa, it is something which allows the company in US to sponsor the foreign workers with special skills to work in US. Okay. It is valid for 3 years and extendable up to 6 years. Now, in this case, like there are different stakeholders. One stakeholder, okay, if we talk about the stakeholders, one stakeholder is the company. Okay. Company. What is the benefit for company? Benefit is to getting highly skilled workers. There is one part, getting highly skilled workers, which is good for the company. Second thing is quite low cost. Low cost. Okay. How much low cost? If you are hiring an average American, okay, like suppose if there is a worker which is from US, okay, so average salary, they are getting around $1 lakh. Okay. And outsiders, If we talk about this outsiders, they are getting something around 60,000, 70,000 average. Okay. So those who are from outside, they are given $60,000 annual salary, and in that scenario, it is cheaper for the companies. They are getting best skilled, and at the same time they are having lower cost. So for company, it is about profit. It is about profit. Now for US, they are becoming leaders of innovation. Leaders of innovation due to best workers. They are getting the best of best workers and becoming leaders of innovation. But on the other hand, what we also see that there is lack of opportunities for native population. There is lack of opportunities for native population. Okay. Now on the other hand, if we look at the worker, okay, so they are of course getting good salary, okay, like at the same time good exposure, okay. So this is like for the workers, it is good salary, good exposure, they are getting ahead in their life. Suppose some of your friend is from engineering background and they are getting a job based in US or Europe. So for them it is quite good. They are earning good amount of money. Even if for 5 or 6 years they can earn huge amount of money, and that will also help them if they come back in India and join another job. Okay. So this is one part. And for the country, okay, like suppose the country where the workers belong, they are getting remittances and a strong diaspora. This one influence in politics. This one has influence in politics. Okay. So for company there is a benefit, for US there is benefit plus loss, for workers there is benefit, for countries there is benefit. Okay. But on account of all these things, now what we saw that US has increased this to $1,00,000. They have increased it to $1,00,000. Now this is something which is applicable in, it is going to be applicable for Feb 2026 lottery. Okay. So normally the H1B visa, there is a lottery system of H1B visa, and this lottery system is going to be done in case of Feb 2026. Okay. Now again one thing, this is based on executive order. It is something which is based on executive order. So there is a chance that it can also be challenged in the Supreme Court of US. Okay. Companies may also challenge it. Okay. So subject to challenge, subject to be challenged in US Supreme Court. Okay. That is one part. Second thing is, it is having right now expiry of 1 year. So it is kind of valid for 1 year only. Right now it has been made for 1 year only. It may get extended or it may be removed also. So this is for just 1 year as of now. It is only for 2026 as of now. It may be extended or may not be extended. So for India, this is of course a challenge because a large number of students, a large number of professionals are going there. India is one of the top winners of this H1B visa race. Okay. Indian workers are one of the top winners of this H1B visa race. So this is one thing. It is going to have an impact on the people who are going from India to US for getting money there or working there. Okay. So this is one of the angle. Okay. So I hope this one part is clear. This visa is not for very long term purpose. This visa is for short term purpose. 3 years, 6 years. Okay. So I hope this entire mechanism is clear. Who are the stakeholders? What are the benefit for each of them? Why it has been done? After 6 years, they have to come back, or they can get another visa. They can also apply for other visas. So it is extendable only up to 6 years. इंडिया को बेनिफिट होगा क्योंकि ब्रेन ड्रेन कम होगा. See, there is an opportunity in every crisis. That is what I tend to think. There is an opportunity in every crisis. Now, coming to this one topic, the age of the elected representatives. We are coming to this one part, age of the elected representatives. Now, just one question. From 1950 to 2024, what do you think? Like, just a normal question. We will come to this one topic. So, what do you think here? The average age of our elected leaders, was it more in 1952 or is it more at present? Average age, let us say the average age, here is X and here it is Y. So, X is greater than Y or X is less than Y? Let's solve a mathematical question. If we talk about the average age, so in the case of average age, was it more at the time of independence or is it more at present? X is less than Y. हमारे देश की युवा सिर्फ अपने लिए काम करती है. That is a challenge. See, there is one simple thing. We are kind of people, we like to appreciate this one thing, that if you are going outside India, let's say you are going to Sweden, or let's say you are going to Denmark or other countries, and when you see the clean roads there, when you see very clean and beautiful roads there, you think like this is very clean and tidy, this place is quite good, it looks like heaven. And people have so much good common sense or civic sense here. But when you come back to India, you just start doing the same thing here. Like you start throwing the things on road, you start polluting the area, and then you don't worry about it. Then you start thinking everyone is doing the same, so why I need to be different? Yeah. Yes. So what we see right now, the average age, like if you look at this, the average age here was less than 50 and now it is approaching around 60. Right now it is around 57. The average age as of now, it is 57. Okay. So this is one part which we have to understand, that the average age in the present time, the average age has continuously been increasing. There was a time, almost 1990, when the average age was on decline. But as of now, the 18th Lok Sabha, which has begun its term last year, it is the oldest one. Okay. So this Lok Sabha is the oldest Lok Sabha. Okay. So how much disconnect is there between the people and the leaders, you can see from here. Okay. You can see from here that we see that like our Lok Sabha, it is becoming old and old. if you look at the population and the leaders, like 25 to 30, if you look at this age group of 25 to 30, near about 10.9% of the population or 11% of the population is of the age 25 to 30. And in this case, we have just 1.5% leader. We have just 1.5% leaders here in Lok Sabha who are of the age of 25 to 30. If you look at our population, like see this one part, 56 to 65, this is the one age group, and let's say a little bit longer, 51 to 70, 51 to 70. If you see the population and leader, just count from here 336 to 8 to 10, and you are having 11.7. So here we have 11.7% of our population in the age group from 50 to 70. From 50 to 70, we have just 11% of the population. And how many leaders are there? 16 plus 14, that is 30, plus 14, 44, plus 12, that is 56. And then you have like 56 plus 1.8, 2.1, 2.7. Okay. So 56 plus 2.7, that is 58.7. So our 58.7% leaders, 58.7% leaders. Okay. So you can understand 11.7% population, 11.7% population, and from here we have got 58.7% MPs. This is the age group of 51 to 70. Okay. If you in fact count a little bit 12% is having more than 60% of representation. Okay. And here you can see on this side, like up to 40 or up to like 50. Here if you look at this one side, what we see that we have like 11% plus 7, 18, plus 7, 25, plus 5, 30, plus 5, 35, 35.6% population here. Like 25 to 50, in the age group of 25 to 50, we are having near about like 13 plus, sorry, yes. On this side, we have got 11 plus 7, 18 plus 7, 25, 30, 35, 35.6, 35.6% population. And if you see the representation here, see the representation, like this group is having 13 plus 10, 23, and 6, 29 plus 4, 33 and 1, 34. So if you look at this angle, if you count these two, then you will get representation. So here you will get 34% approx if you are taking this group. But if you are taking just this one part, which is forming like 10 plus 7 plus 7, 24, they are having less than 10% representation. So 24% of population having less than 10% population. 11% having less than 1.5. 11% population having less than 1.5. Okay. And just 12% population having 60% of the MPs. Okay. 12% population having 60% of MPs. So this is one part, like how much mismatch is there between our representatives and the population. Now, this is one side of the story. Okay. Like, see another part, you can see in the first Lok Sabha, there were more than 75 plus candidates who were of the age less than 35. Their number has been decreasing. Now it is less than 25 MPs. less than 25 MPs are there in India who are under the age of 35. So this is also one part. Our population and our representation is going in reverse direction. It is going in reverse direction. Okay. Now, yes, coming to this one part. So what's the challenge? So what? If our MPs are old, so what is the problem? What is the problem? The problem is democracy is on the basis of representation. Representation of every age, every group, every section. So first of all, it is not political justice. It is not a political justice. Okay. So we have a simple thing, political justice. Here we are seeing the representation and age gap. The representation. Now just let me ask you one question. Let's say we are having let's say we are having 30 states or union territories. Okay. 30 states or union territories. Out of this, 10 of them are having only 10 crore population. Okay. 10 of them are having, let's say, 30 crore population, and 10 of them is having 50 crore population. Okay. Just to take one example, here we are taking 10 leaders, here also we are taking 10 leaders, here also we are taking 10 leaders. Even in that case, will it be equality? Just if you are thinking about this, what is the problem in having old MPs? Tell me about this. We are having 10 states, their population is 10 crore. We are having 10 states population 30 crore. 10 states having population 50 crore. We are taking only 10 MPs from each of them. So, is it kind of political justice? Okay. Then we also see that like mismatch between aspirations of population versus policies. Okay. Versus policies. Okay. So this is one part. There is going to be mismatch between the aspiration of the population versus policy. Yes. Communication gap. Lack of trust in government. Lack of trust in government. It is as simple as that. If you are sending your representative, you will have more trust in them. If you are seeing someone else on the seat, then your trust on them is going to depreciate. We have seen the example in case of Nepal, that there is a huge gap between a population and the leaders, and we have seen how it is challenging, how it is a challenge for the entire country. Then we see that at the same time, this is like inhibiting, this inhibits innovation, new ideas, revolutionary steps, etc. So this is also one of the challenge. If we are having older people and newer generations, like older leaders and new generations in population, there is going to be a lot of gap. So this is one part which we see in the case of India, also in many other countries also. Okay. Acceptance of technology is also poor. Acceptance of technology is also poor. Okay. in many of the government offices, our technology adoption, it's so much poor. We always talk about this digital India and everything. We talk about many such things like digital India and all. But in our government offices, the adoption of technology has been quite much on the primitive side. Okay. So that is also one of the challenge. Now, coming to the next part, there is a new study. There is a new study which is going to be conducted in Delhi. And what is this study all about? This study is all about titanium dioxide and its impact on the roads. Okay. So there is one thing called as titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide. So what is going to be done? Government of Delhi, they are going to have a photocatalytic coating of TiO2 on roads. The government of Delhi is looking at this one option, photocatalytic coating of titanium dioxide on the roads. And what is the purpose? The purpose is this one can remove a number of pollutants. What are those pollutants? It can remove nitrogen oxides. Okay. It can remove nitrogen oxides, hydrocarbons. Okay. So this is one thing, like they can remove the nitrogen oxides and harmful hydrocarbons. So what will be the benefit? Prevents formation of smog. It prevents the formation of a smog. And why we are applying them on road? Why are we applying them on the roadside? We are applying them for this region because when we are driving the vehicles, there is release of many things like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, hydrocarbons, particulate matter, sulfur dioxide. Okay. So many of these pollutants are released. These two are especially from diesel vehicles. They are especially from diesel vehicles. Okay. So particulate matter, sulfur dioxide and all other things, they are being released from the vehicles, and as a result of that, we are having a smog. A smog is mix of a smoke plus fog. Although there is also one thing called as photochemical smog, which can occur even without the smog. Okay. So this is one thing, like we are having this photocatalytic oxides, coatings of titanium oxides on the road, and this will help to prevent the smog formation in Delhi. So that is one thing which is just there in the news, and if it is successful, it can be revolutionary. In some of the countries outside India, in some of the countries like US and China, this has already been used, and many people say that it has been quite much effective. Many people say that it has been effective. So there is a chance that it is going to be effective in Delhi, but we will have to see about it. Okay. I don't think it was in Hindi. In the Hindu. It was there in Indian Express in the newspaper, but it may have been somewhere in the corner on the Hindu also. Okay. How is it applied? Titanium dioxide can be mixed with the asphalt. The asphalt which is used for construction of the roads, it can have mixing of that, or it can also be applied later on, but generally when we talk about other countries, it is mixed with the asphalt and then it is applied on the road. What it does, it absorbs the nitrogen and convert them in other forms of nitrogen. Okay. So what it does, This titanium oxide, it converts NOx in other forms. So that is the use of this smog eating technology, titanium dioxide. Okay. Now we have this one last smaller topic, supercomputers versus normal computers. What about cost and environmental concern? Environmental concern has not been like challenging, because titanium dioxide is not creating any such pollution or any such harm. Second thing is, it is getting converted into useful form of nitrogen, like the one nitrogen which is helpful for the soil. So it is getting converted in form of useful form of nitrogen, which is generally useful for our soil, like nitrates and all. So it is getting converted into nitrate and all. It is not getting lost to the atmosphere. So it is kind of useful also. Okay. Titanium is available. Titanium is available, not abundantly, but it is available. So titanium oxide is not that of a challenge. Economically, it is efficient. Okay. Economically, it is not very much challenging. Even the experts say that it is something which may be better than all other things which have been done till now. Many experts say that it is something like it is having low cost and it is chemically stable. It is chemically stable. So it is sustainable in terms of money also, in terms of environment also. Okay, so then we will discuss this part tomorrow, because the time is over a little bit. Okay, so we have to discuss this in detail, but we will discuss it tomorrow. I think I may need to change time a little bit, okay? But after some days. So let's meet in the next session then. We will discuss this in detail in next session about supercomputer versus normal computer. So we will discuss that tomorrow. Thank you everyone. Take care and Jai Hind. Thank you.